Hey YouTube, how's it going? Chris Cornaros here, the cryptocurrent team, bringing you another episode of Crypto Decrypted. And today we are breaking down decentralized applications and everything that has to do with them. So strap in, this one's going to be great.
Crypto Decrypted.
All right, now before we dive into the meat and potatoes of today's episode, I do want to remind y'all that if this is your first time coming to our channel or watching our content, why don't you go and hit that subscribe button? It really will help us out. And of course, hit that like button and ring that bell so you get notified whenever we have new content. Now let's dive right on into decentralized applications. So, what is a decentralized application, or a dApp as it's also known? Centralized application, or dApp, is an application built on top of a decentralized network that combines a smart contract with a front end user interface. For more information on smart contracts, check out the rest of the Crypto Decrypted playlist, and you can see my video that I did on smart contract. But for those who don't want to do that, I'll give you a quick rundown. Just think of a smart contract like a vending machine. You put $1 in and you get a piece of candy out. That's essentially how a smart contract works. There are just many kinds that can do a lot more than $1 for a piece of candy. Now, additionally, dApps have four characteristics that are common among all of them across every blockchain. First and foremost is that they're decentralized. Next, they're deterministic, meaning that regardless of the environment the dApp is working in, it will always function similarly. They're also Turing complete, meaning that they can do literally anything as long as they have the right resources. And finally, they're also isolated, meaning that the decentralized application is going to execute that smart contract for the purpose of the application in a virtual machine. So that if there's an error with it or a bug of some kind, it's not going to crash and bring down the entire blockchain. But now you may be wondering, what are the different kinds of dApps? And I'm glad you're wondering that, because that's actually what I'm bringing up next. So there are many, many kinds, but primarily we see applications more in finance. So if you ever heard the term DeFi, typically it means financial related decentralized applications. So for example, you have exchanges, decentralized exchanges, sometimes called DEXs. You also have auction houses. So think like essentially the way OpenSea runs, except a fully decentralized platform rather than a centralized one like OpenSea. You also have gambling platforms, meaning that you can go in and you can gamble like you would sports betting or at a casino. And finally, another example, just to give you guys an idea of one that's not money related, dApps also can do things like create virtual realities like Decentraland, which is a huge metaverse play right now. And finally, let me just tell you a bit about how decentralized applications work. Essentially, dApps have their backend code, or the smart contract, running on a decentralized network rather than a central server. Okay. And you may remember me saying that what a smart contract does is you input one of the requirements and it's going to return to you the output that is set within that contract. And that is essentially the way the code operates. Okay. So in an exchange, for example, say you want to buy a Bitcoin. Well, you would need to give the decentralized app or the exchange enough money to get the Bitcoin, right? So let's say it's at $40,000. If you give the decentralized app, or the exchange in this case, $40,000, you are in turn going to receive a single Bitcoin. And that's fundamentally how they operate. But now we're going to wrap things up here. So just to remind you, a dApp essentially combines a back-end smart contract with a front-end user interface, and that's all built on top of a decentralized blockchain network. There are many kinds of dApps, but right now, most of the ones that are very popular are related to finance. That being said, we're seeing more and more come out in virtual reality and gaming as well. And dApps work by executing their backend smart contract on top of the decentralized blockchain network they're built on top of. So, for example, Ethereum. And if you're wondering why this is important, think of this analogy. Whereas Ethereum was the invention of the wheel, dApps are kind of the invention of cars. They take that fundamental technology, the wheel in this case, and they turn it into something way beyond your wildest dreams. You're not just using it to, roll a cart or push it. You're literally taking the wheel, adding a few more, and then using all these other kinds of technologies to do something you didn't even think was possible with just that base layer tech. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, it would really help us out if you could leave a like and drop a comment down below, letting me know what you did like. And of course, if this is your first time visiting the channel, how about you do me a favor and hit that subscribe button as well as ring that bell so you're notified whenever new videos go up. And until next Thursday, guys, I'm Chris Cornaris with the Cryptocurrent team, and I hope you all are staying cryptocurrent.